We do not set a timeline on sustainability. To us, sustainability is really a journey and not so much a destination. There's not an endpoint. For us, sustainability is about continuous improvement. We feel for sustainability to truly take hold in the industry, it requires a partnership between the retailer, the industry, and the environmental group. My name is Guy, and I'm the category manager for seafood at Publix.
My name is Catherine Novak, and I work for the Sustainable Fisheries Partnership.
I'm Nancy Matthews. I'm with Cox's Wholesale Seafood.
My name is Ernest Donini, owner of Superior Seafoods in Tampa, Florida.
The category manager is basically responsible for all the product decisions within that category.
We work with major seafood buyers like Publix to gather information on all of the seafood products that they buy.
We're a processor of wild-caught domestic Gulf shrimp, and we supply Publix with their wild-caught pink and white shrimp.
Working on vessels, unloading boats, buying and selling of product, anything, everything you can imagine in the seafood business.
A fishery improvement project brings together forward-thinking fishermen and processors, retailers like Publix, to look holistically at the environmental impacts of a fishery and see what they could improve to make sure the fishery is on the path to being sustainable.
One of the FIPs that we're currently engaged in is on the Gulf of Mexico shrimp industry with our supplier, Cox Seafood, who's based out of Tampa. In this situation, we approached Cox and asked them to participate in the fishery improvement project. Our environmental partners, Sustainable Fisheries Partnership, had identified that as a fishery that had some concerns.
With the Gulf shrimp fishery, there are plenty of shrimp in the Gulf, so there's no problems with the health of the target stock. What we're working on in this fishery is looking at the gear and ways that we can improve the selectivity of the gear so that it's just catching shrimp. We're working with fishermen to document the types of bycatch reduction devices that they're using when they fish, and also to collect information on what they're catching.
Birds are bycatch reduction devices. They're installed right above the bag of the net, which lets all your juvenile fish and different species out before it gets into the bag of the net. Your TED is your turtle excluder devices. This allows all your turtles, small turtles, fish, and things to shoot out the net as we're dragging so nothing gets caught up in the net.
One of the things that we've all recognized is that there's a lack of documentation at the boat level. So we brought Ernie and Superior Seafood into the fold, asked if he would partner with us on an improvement in just documentation.
So now we're talking to the captains more about what they're using, what kind of gear, where they're fishing, how it's working with the bottoms that they're fishing, and now we're just documenting all that to keep track of what's going on and what works best in different areas.
I think people want to know that the fish that they're buying comes from healthy oceans and comes from practices that aren't harming other wildlife or other fish. And we want this seafood to be around for generations to come.
Well, I think the customers are more educated today. I think they want to know that we're doing the right things. I think they want to know that we're protecting everything that we can when we go out there.
Our pink shrimp is one of the best resources here in Florida, and it's a prized resource.
For the customer, what I believe it means is that they can come to Publix and not have to worry about looking for an eco label, pulling a wallet card out of there, and know that they are going to be making a purchase they can be confident in. That we're doing the right things in terms of sustainability. So if that is something they're concerned about, they can come here and purchase our seafood with confidence, knowing that we're making the changes that need to be made and working toward the solutions that need to happen in seafood sustainability.